Okay, so I woke up on my back, and it was actually a lot of pressure on my butt, and it hurt. And so I went to back to the recovery home, and I moved around, walked around. All the girls were like, well, the nurses were like, you are doing well. You know, it doesn't really seem like you just had your surgery. And this is my Suge Avery hairdo, by the way. Y'all know I'm a Suge Avery from Color Purple. This is my Suge Avery hairdo. So, she's saying sister, just so you, for you younger generation that don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Um, you usually know the song, if nothing else. So, anyway, back to the point. Uh, so the girls were like, "Oh, you look good. You're doing good. For you to have just had that surgery, you're moving around great." So my mistake was I drank 1 cup of water, and the rest of the day I drank these. They give you a lot of pineapple juices because it helps reduce the swelling. And so I want to say at this point too that I am 10 weeks. I said 9 weeks. I think when I did my last update video where I showed my body, I said I was going on 9 weeks on Friday. Actually, it's 10 weeks yesterday. No, Friday. Today is Sunday. So it's actually 10 weeks. I'm 10 weeks right now. And I will show you my body. But so I drank, like I said, the pineapple juices and 1 cup of water, and all day long I hadn't drank any more water. So I was really stiff the next day when I went in, because you go in the next day. I think it's the next day. It's either that day or a day after or whatever. You go in for your pre-op appointment, no, your post-op appointment. Let me say this, because a lot of girls get this mixed up. Pre is before, okay? That's before surgery. That's the pre-operation. Pre. Post is after. That is after surgery, okay? So when you say pre-op, you mean before, a day before. Post-op, 10 days post-op, 10 weeks post-op, whatever. That is after surgery, okay? So I just want to clarify. I hear girls saying this and they don't know which one is which, and it's cringy. And I'm like, anyway. So it's common sense to me. I don't get it, but anyway. So what happened was I got really stiff. Okay, you get really stiff if you're drinking nothing but pineapple juice and you are not drinking water. You have to drink water because you have this fluid in your body that melts the fat. And if you don't flush that out on a regular basis, as soon as you come home and you start drinking and all of that, drinking your fluids to flush it out and keep the swelling down. If you don't flush that out of your body like ASAP, you will get stiff. You have to continue to drink these. You have to drink water. This is for swelling. Water is to flush the fluid out of your body that they put in your body because they wanted to melt the fat and suck it out of you. You'll get stiff, and that's exactly what happened. So I went to my appointment, and when I was walking around, the nurse, one of the nurses that was there had told me, she was like, when she seen me moving around, they were so good. These nurses were really good. They knew exactly what you need and what to do when you were there. She saw me moving around, and she was like, she looked at me for a second. I was like, what? She was like, you haven't been drinking any water. And I was like, I did. I had some water yesterday and a bunch of pineapple juices. She said, no, you love them pineapple juices. She was like, you haven't drank water. I can tell the way you're moving. You need to drink some more water. And I was like, okay. Because I wasn't really a big water drinker compared to the pineapple juices. I like water. I could drink water, you know, but compared to the pineapple juice, I love pineapple juices. Pineapple is my favorite fruit. So when they say you could drink pineapple juice, I was like, oh. And then they got so many of them in the refrigerator. Like, you could have as many as you want to. I was like, pineapple juice, you know, loved it. And it was good for my swelling, but I needed to get all that fluid out. So you got to drink the water. Swelling, great. Flushing it, not so much. So anyway, And then you got to move around to keep the swelling down and to keep your heart pumping so you don't get blood clots and to flush the fluid out. So moving around does it all, and the swelling. So I got up, and this is when I was getting ready for my appointment. That's what the young lady said, the nurse. She was like, you're stiff, you need to drink water, blah, blah, blah. We went through that, and I was like, okay. So I grabbed some water, and then I was walking around until they came. Oh gosh, I forget what their names are. I hate that because I really love them. I'm gonna remember their names, and I have their number, so I'm gonna text them when I tell my story. It's gonna be solely on EOS, and it's gonna be solely on Mia. I'm gonna have stories just on them, each experience. But she came and she picked me up, and I loved her. She was my favorite one, the driver. She looked at me and she was like, why are you so stiff? Drink some more water. You haven't drank enough water. Like, she knew automatically too. And she was just a driver. She wasn't even the nurse. So, you know, they really look after you and they really take care of you. So they were awesome. So I was like, yes, ma'am. So I took water with me. She gave me a water, and I had a water in my bag already. I said, I got one in my bag. She said, drink it. So I drank it. I felt better immediately. They know exactly what you need and what you're talking about. By the time I was getting out of the truck, I felt better. You know, when I got to my appointment, by the time I was getting out the truck, I felt better. I drank the water that when she told me and pointed it out to me, you're stiff the first morning, drink the water. I drank that water then because she made me go and get some water. Then I grabbed another little bottle of water. They're about the same size as the pineapple juices. They give you little mini waters. You know, it's a mind thing. They trick you because, you know, you get that water and you don't think you're drinking a lot of water because they're little. Anyway, so I drank that, and then I drank another one because she said, drink another one, drink some more. So by the time I got out the van, the Suburban, I felt better. I really did. So we got there. I got my appointment. That first appointment, the massage, oh my gosh, is so terrible. So terrible. All right, this is about 7 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll tell you about that one in the next video.